She's okay, Liz.
In today's video, we get ourselves in a little bit of trouble trying to drive back down Death Row instead of going all the way back around to the bottom of it. This trail is rated 10 out of 10, and most people start from the bottom going up.
Right there. Ems, it's your first rollover.
Ems, are you hanging upside down? Is this some kind of roller coaster ride or what? I cannot believe you, Ems. And I let you ride with Dad. What does Dad have to say for himself?
As Emily was dropping that front tire off that ledge, the back passenger side came up and it just slowly tipped onto its side, but it just goes to show how quickly things can change. So at this point, we had accidentally tipped you on your side. I thought the front tire was going to touch the ground. However, as soon as it got close to touching the ground, the back tire came up, and next thing you know, you're on your side and you're hanging by the seatbelt. So what's going through your mind at this point?
I was a little bit worried about my fingers, but they were on the steering wheel like they were supposed to. I also noticed that there was a loose hose from the power steering.
You could see that from your seat?
Yes.
So you were worried that you were losing some fluids?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we always got to watch out for, right?
Yes.
I was more worried about your fingers because that's the most likely thing that's going to happen in an incident like that. You know, your safety belts were nice and tight, and so I didn't think you were going to hit your head or anything because we kept your safety belts tight so your head couldn't move and get out of position, and it's a long way from the roll cage. But as long as you keep your hands inside, you're not going to end up crushing your hands, right?
Yes.
And so is that the first time we've been on our side?
No, we've been on our side a few other times.
And so in all those instances in the past, you've always kept your hands inside, right? Or on your harness?
Yes.
And if you're driving on the steering wheel?
Yes.
Yep, that's what we want to do to make sure that we don't get our hands crushed, right?
Yes.
Ems, did you keep your hands on the steering wheel?
I hope that pole will come out. I got it fast. Like, I should have kept her over more.
I was rushing around trying to get the winch hooked up so we could get this thing pulled back onto its wheels. I ended up hooking the rope at a bad spot. I should have hooked it around the B pillar there so it didn't slide. However, the recovery rope holder kept it from sliding down anymore.
Put on the brake.
All right, so at this point, we're winching you back over. What's going through your mind?
I kind of liked being tipped over upside down.
You liked being tipped over upside down. I've never heard anyone say that before.
It kind of felt fun.
It was fun?
Yes.
Well, that's a good way of looking at it. So as we start to get you back down, what's going through your mind to get moving forward again?
I was just thinking, let's keep going.
Keep going, but what do we got to do first? We got to try and start the motor, right?
Yeah, make sure that there's no oil in the cylinder.
Yep, so we turn it over, we crank it without the fuel pump on so we can tell that the motor's not hydro-locked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's our next step to get moving forward again.
All right, Ems. So you had your first rollover.
It's getting kind of hot here.
No, we're not.
You had your first rollover. Are you done rock crawling?
No.
No? You give up?
No.
You done with the trail?
Now this video is going to go...
Should we unhook the cable?
No, I would leave it there and then slowly. I mean, she's already down it, so.
Hey, turn it.
No. You're gonna have to go forward while doing that.
Yeah, as you go forward.
Second. What's up? I'm gonna get past.
Keep it in park.
Okay. Okay. And now, as you go forward, just a little bit of gas. He's gonna let it out.
Passenger, yeah.
There you go. All right, stop.
What happened to Dad's roof?
Last time we dropped it, I thought we kind of stayed this way, but when her front tire dropped that ledge,
It happened to my steering
try and crab it over and then come down.
Who did it?
So when we come up this,
Who's gonna have to work it off in the garage?
Right here where we were trying to avoid, and then come up.
All right, Maddie. What just happened?
When we were dropping.
I lost my spirit and wanting to go down death row.
You don't want to go down death row?
I lost my spirit.
Alright, so at this point, we're going back down the trail, so is your confidence shaken?
No, not really. I was a little bit scared. At first dropping back down a little bit of the things, but I think it was just all in my head.
It was just all in your head?
Yeah.
So you weren't too worried going back down through the rest of the obstacles after that had just happened?
No.
No, so you kept your confidence and you knew that you could get down through the rest of the trail?
Yes.
Because this is the first time you've driven down Death Row, right?
Yes.
The first time you went up Death Row was only a couple weeks before this video was made, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So that was a big learning curve. As the old saying goes, when you fall down, you gotta get back up. The great thing is, Emily's confidence wasn't shaken. My concern was gonna be, once we get down to the bottom, we turn around and get back up to the top, how's she gonna feel about going back up that waterfall?
You're off of it. Yeah. Now straighten up in the front. Straight in the front. All right, so Em's had her first flop.
She had her first little rollover there. It was pretty scary. I was taking her down a waterfall that I know the line to go up it, but when we're dropping down, I didn't want her tire to fall into this crack because I was afraid it would like bring the back end up, but we missed the crack, but it still dropped enough. It just rolled like that. It was so fast. I mean, it just happened in like the blink of an eye. My biggest thing to her was keep your hands inside. That's all I care about. She's okay. The buggy's got a few bumps and bruises. It will survive. That's what it's built for.
All right, Ems. Where was your helmet on that one? It's all right. I was more worried about your fingers. You still got them all?
What?
Are you scared?
We ended up with a couple fresh dents in the tube, a dent up on the roof, a dent on the hood, and it broke off the breather off the power steering reservoir. All in all, those are just small things to have to go back and fix. Alright, so at this point, we're starting to go back up the trail. What's going through your mind?
I was kind of just thinking, you know, we can just finish this. We're gonna finish it. It wasn't too hard because I had done it like 3 weeks before.
So you had just done it for the first time a few weeks earlier. Did I need to spot you as much this time?
No, I kind of knew where to put my tires and what would happen if I put them where I would put them.
Yep, so you were able to drive it with more confidence, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you did awesome. I had to spot you way less this time. You had learned about the correct way to line up the vehicle going into each obstacle, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Keep working our way up the trail. The good thing is Emily's confidence isn't shaken, and she's gotten familiar with the different lines on this trail, so she's lining up to everything really well.
Front passenger.
Sam,
Back her up one more time.
you have to do that again. Right there. We're almost there. Rear driver. Yeah. Go forward. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah. You're through it. Stop.
At this point, we're 2/3 the way back up the trail, and this is the trickiest spot along the way. We have to be careful not to slip off these rocks as tire placement is crucial. we could end up slipping down on our side or getting a diff stuck. When coming off those two big rocks, the front tires are trying to climb a couple more large rocks. One thing that always seems to work in these situations is to work the front steering wheel back and forth, and it seems to help keep it from slipping back off that rock. As we start to go up the next two rocks, you have to stay straddled on these rocks, and that can be kind of tricky because when the rear tires are trying to climb, it's hard to get them to hold their line. Right here we end up slipping off and getting the rear diff up on that rock. However, with rear steer, we're able to steer back out of it.
There you go. Passenger in the front.
At this point, it feels like we're starting to fall into the crack. However, the car stays up on there. With the rear tire turned driver, it's leaning a little bit, however, it's still climbing. We're trying to get that front driver tire to climb up on the rock that's in a fin shape back behind there. We're able to wiggle the front steering a little bit as the rear continues pushing forward.
So at this point, we're going back up to the exit. This is the same spot that we tipped going down at the beginning of the trail. So is your confidence shaken? Are you worried about driving back up this?
No. If you put your tires in the right place, unlike we did going down, if you put them on the rock, you should be fine.
So we missed the line going down the trail, but you know the line going back up it.
Yes.
So this is the exit. This is the same spot we tipped driving down. Now you can see that rear passenger tire starting to climb up on that rock. That's the rock we probably should have came down on. However, I tried to go off to the side, and that's the same thing that can happen when you're going up it if you don't get a tire up on that rock.
Right there. There, really close. There you go. There you go.
Good job, Em.
Yeah, so you weren't worried about tipping over again on this one going up it?
No, I trusted you.
Yeah, even though we had a little incident going down, everything went fine and you were able to make it back up with no issues, right?
Yes.
One of the fun things about rock crawling is that it is challenging, that we can get ourselves into bad situations and we can figure out how to get ourselves back out of these situations. Rock crawling is unique. People who do it are a different type of people. They enjoy the challenge. They want something that you can't just go buy from a store. Unless you go to a custom 4x4 shop, you can't just go get a rock crawler. They're pretty custom things. And we like to challenge ourselves, and along with that is sometimes ending up on our lid or on our side. However, with all the safety gear that we have, I have not really seen anybody get hurt doing this. With that being said, I still feel like rock crawling is one of the safest things that we do. For example, when we go dirt biking and you're wearing full dirt bike gear, you can still wreck yourself pretty hard on a dirt bike. The same thing goes for snowboarding. I really wrecked myself on a snowboard. However, as long as I was wearing my harness inside my rock crawling cage, I never really wrecked myself rock crawling.